I have the last thing, of course. The gloves. But first we make sure, and then this tells me 3 hours, 59 minutes to Yanina. But there's border. Have to go through border. Maybe more. Yeah, a lot of trucks. Have to wait. Okay, here we go.
We told you I wish to see you again.
Yes, thank you. I wish to see you again.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a good road.
Thank you. Okay, we are leaving Berat. This cool little Ottoman town that is nestled underneath a fortress going back to medieval times. I've been here before and I've marched around that old fortress. The city is divided into an old part and a new part. We're kind of on the cusp of the two parts. People gotta get on their bus. Let's just see if I'm clear. You can see this beautiful town, and up there that flag is sitting at the southeastern edge of that fortress. And on the other side of the river, they call that Gorica. So the river divides the old city, and you can see how beautiful it looks over there as well. We will be heading back to Greece. It's right up there, somewhere right up there where my drone is. One day somebody might find it, or it's just gonna sit there and the birds are gonna poop on it and build a nest around it, who knows. But my drone is gone. Now as you get out of the old city, follow along the river here. We're going to go through what's a very important agricultural wine and grape growing region. Olives, classic Mediterranean. This bridge that I'm looking at over here is how you get to the other side, obviously to the river. You make a left, and that road actually dead ends at another pedestrian bridge for that Gorica part of the village. And that, folks, is just a little hint of Berat, Albania, the old Ottoman town. Here we go. Albania. We're in a little village on a main road called the SH4 heading south to the Greece border. I had left Berat this morning sometime after 11. Plan of cruising this road is in pretty good shape. You can make pretty good speed. A little bit of traffic in pockets when you get through villages. But I thought I'd turn the cameras on here to share the stunning scenery of Albania's wilderness. The mountains surrounded. I'm in a valley surrounded by mountains, and I'm heading to these even taller ones ahead of us. And once we get into those mountains, I wanted to share with you this phenomenon I'd seen in countries all over. But when fresh water comes rolling down from the mountains or bubbling up from freshwater springs, often they create these fountains, and people come with bottles to fill up with water. It becomes a destination. It's like a pilgrimage. It's a pilgrimage not only if it's there was one in Georgia that people would go to that they'd fill up their water, but they'd also go into, actually a cold spring. It's a cold spring. It's a cold spring. And you could go and dip in, and I did this in Georgia. So somewhere along this road, I remember this water phenomenon, and I thought it would be worth chatting about as we go. But even something more funny just happened. In this bag right here, I had been, sometimes you pass people, sometimes you get ahead of them, sometimes they pass you, and there's a lot of cars from Italy on this road. And there was this Volkswagen van, kind of silver with blue kind of highlights. And it had on the back one of those like stickers that showed mommy and daddy and then like 3 or 4 children. Recently was climbing up this steep hill like the one I'm going up now, trying to pass me. And I'm like, what is he doing? I have the torque on this thing. So I just lay off the throttle and let him pass me. And then as we get to the crest of the hill and start coming down, and he's sticking his hand out of the window, and I'm just passing him at speed. I realize he's trying to hand me something. At first it looks like maybe there's some bills, like money, but I'm like, no, it's not money, it's too colorful. So I slow down, and he's reaching out. He's got one hand on the steering wheel, and I, with this hand, nobody's behind me, reach over and pinch the things he's got, paper. And it turns out there were a couple stickers. I obviously couldn't read them and look at them, but I had to transfer them from this hand over to this hand and then shove it into my tank bag. So when I do stop, I'll take a peek and see what that is. And then he said, he screamed out the road, thank you. He didn't say grazie. I had expected to say grazie. He said, thank you. that's a little bit what's happening here in the on the SH4. Amongst the stunning scenery. See, there's a vineyard over there. You know, it says that I'm 2 hours and 8 minutes from my destination in Yanina in Greece. But what it's probably not figuring is there's a border crossing. There'll be a lot of cars. It's kind of towards the end of the busy season, so it's a little bit, I don't know. Last night I went to that restaurant, the Friendly restaurant. Had lamb, shared some appetizers with the Italian guy and the German girl living in Vienna, Marco and Laura. We shared our meal back and forth, but I feel a little, you know, it's not like it's food poisoning, but, you know, the stomach is not 100. I got an iron stomach, but yeah, it's a little off. That's all I can say. It's a little off. So I'll be happy to get through the border crossings, find a place in Yanina, and keep the energy flowing. And I don't know what I've got in my little kit, if I've got Pepto-Bismol, something might settle down this weirdness in the stomach. I never get it. I got a feeling the water location might be a little further up, closer to those mountains. I don't want to be blabbling on about nothing here, but you do see this is you're getting a picture of rural Albania. Actually, this looks more like a highway thing. They're clearing the brush on the side of the road. Or picking up the trash. Looks like it's a giant vacuum sucking up all that. It's kind of weird that people just throw shit out like that. There's the old road. Maybe I'll turn the cameras off, turn the microphone off, get it better later. Okay, this is the water. Here we are at the water station. You can see the spring water just coming through. I guess it would be proper to get some water. Some fresh spring water. I think what I'll do is get some water. Everybody stops to get some water. That's pretty good. They're wiping it on their face. They're filling up the water. There's not as many cars. Looks like this guy got his broken down. Huh. Woo! That feels good. It's hot. That definitely feels good. Got a little stand there. But he's refilling some water. It's free water. This guy stopped in his truck. So look, this guy came in his taxi. All for this fresh mountain water, mountain spring water. Continues down here. More cars lined up here, I don't know why. But you can see. People are all very friendly. The water's gushing down here. Fresh fish. There's a taverna, and then let's look at this hotel. I was here 4 years ago, this hotel definitely wasn't there. So all these people are here for the water. The hotel probably has a taverna. Wow. Wow. It says I'm 1 hour and 45 minutes to the border, well, to my destination. I think I'm about an hour to the border. With some fresh water, a little stop, and some more gorgeous wild scenery here of Albania. Or as they like to say, Albania. It's Albania. We say Albania, but it's Albania. When you ask them about Croatia, they say Gracia. 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 Albania. Gracia. Another enterprising entrepreneur with some fruits over there. Loaded with water, headed for the border, back to Greece, soon back home. Kind of a sad time. Kind of a thing. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something controversial. No, maybe not. So this bike is pretty old. This bike I bought new. And this bike has been to 80 countries or so. It's got 100,000 miles on it, about. And it gets a significant rest in the wintertime in Athens. But it gets worked hard for 2 to 3 months in the summer when I come for these little adventures. But one thing had happened to me on back 4 years ago is the side stand, the kickstand on these older F650 GS motorcycles was ill-designed. And it would cause the bike to lean over too far. And over time, because of the weight I carry and the fact that it leans over, the connection between the side stand and the frame compromised and softened. So it actually softens the frame where the kickstand attached. So I had to have that welded, and I had that done in Paros in 2016 or 17, something like that. We're actually going to get rid of the duct tape, the zip ties, and the block of wood. We're going to see exactly how this thing can really work. Yeah?
Actually,
Yep, that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't need that big block of wood on there anymore.
αυτό στην ουσία ξέρεις τι θέλει τώρα για να μην τα παίξει.
Κόβονται ρε.
Αν
είναι και κομμάτι του σκελετού αλλάζει τα αυτά. Κανονικά τα αλλάζουν, δεν τα κολλάμε.
Αυτό εδώ.
Από εδώ. Αν είναι μια ενίσχυση εδώ φίλε.
And when we did that, we got rid of this safety little feature that come with most motorcycles, so that you can't start and put your motorcycle in gear when the kickstand or the side stand is down. It makes sense because, you know, if you do that, you can totally kill yourself and make a corner and your side stands down, boom. Well, on 3 and maybe even 4 occasions on this trip, I have stopped, fiddled with whatever I was doing, and took off with the side stand down. Fortunately, I caught it, and the way this one is, I don't have it so far leaned over. It's just the nature of when we welded it. It's not adjustable. So, what does that all mean? It all means that I'm going to ask George and the folks there at Vianellis, the motorcycle repair shop in Athens, to reinstall that safety switch, because I just now don't trust myself. And I, you know, carry a lot of different things. There's technology. I'm trying to do things, stopping and getting water or whatever it happens to be. You got to do something. So I'm going to do that. I've decided I'm going to ask them to reinstall that. Beyond that, the bike's running good. The bike is running good. strong Rotax engine. Me and this bike have a good relationship. Yeah. I'm parched again. I'm gonna stop and then take another pull off of that water. Because I'm definitely dehydrated. And that may be contributing to my not feeling very well. Look at that mountain. Now, I read on the forecast, Yanni and I was expecting in the late afternoon thunder showers. I'd like to avoid this. We'll see. Little piece of shade right here. I can have some water. And turn down off everything. Wait for the border. I guess it's Friday afternoon. I'm about 2 hours south of where I started today at Berat. And I just came through Tepelini. And this is famous for the mountains that you can see behind me. It's just gorgeous here. And Tepelini is famous for the springs. These these fresh mountain spring water just tumbles onto the side of the road, and they've set up faucets there which captures the water, and you can bring your water bottle and fill it up. So I stopped there and definitely got them some cool mountain water. I emptied what was in here out and put the fresh spring water in, and it's cool. It's really nice. It's really nice. Whew. Oh, that feels good. You know, funny thing happened as I was on the road back a half an hour or so ago. I was going up a steep hill, and I'd already passed this this van, this Volkswagen Vanagon type of thing with a family in it, and it's kind of a silver van with blue accent paint, and you know, it looked like it's from the 90s. And as I was going up this hill, this van, I passed it, and it was really got right on my ass, and I know I've got more torque than that car because he was loaded up with like 4 or 5 people. His whole family was in there, and so I rolled off the throttle, let him pass me. Then, as we were coming and cresting that hill, I started to go, and he started to pull over on the side of the road, and I thought he was going to take a picture of the vistas there. As I'm motoring past him at pretty good speed, he sticks his hand out. Oh, there he is. Holy shit, that's funny. I'm talking about him and he just goes by. That's him honking. He sticks his hand out the window. It looks like he's got a couple bills. I'm like, what are you giving me, money? And then I look closer. They're too colorful. I pull up next to him and, one hand on the left handlebar. I lift off the throttle, slow down. Nobody's behind us. And I reach over with my glove and pinch those 2 pieces of paper that he's holding out for me. And then jockeyed around to shove them into my tank bag, and he passes me and says thank you, and then eventually I get up another hill, I pass him. Turns out that there's stickers, and there's 2 stickers for, one is the Albania Vespa Club, and the other one is something called For Konovan, and it's like a RV kind of group, I guess. I don't know, but it's got a picture of like a RV trailer, and so I guess he sees my bike with all the stickers. He wants me to put those stickers on my bike. So that's it. He has Italian license plates too. So a lot of Albanians live in Italy. But anyway, that's it. Just taking a cooling break here on the side of the road. Lovely.
On the road again, heading to the border. Should be there pretty quickly. Let that guy pass me. Here we are. Let's see. Usually I don't like to get into the way of people, so I usually pull over on the side. I think I'll do that right up here. And I'll get all my documents. They're going to want to see the passport, and probably the title and registration. Yeah. Get off the bike here. I'll walk up. Maybe go up a little bit further. See, there's a green light, there's a red light. Alright, I'm just going to stick it right here, and I'll walk up to the house. Okay, I keep a little folder inside my pannier below this my famous Ortlieb bag. So I just flip that back. I can grab it. And of course, then I gotta get the passport. And let's go over and see what's shaking over here with these guys. I'll leave the helmet on so you guys can get the POV here. Okay. Usually they'll wave me over.
Hello. There's some papers in there maybe you don't want. Moto?
Yeah, the motor for the registration.
Okay. This is the registration. This is the title. I don't know if you need that. Ownership.
Okay, we're out of Albania. Now let's just get through Greece, and then we'll be on our way home. Well, you know, my home in Greece, of course. Let's get on the Okay. That was my first Greek toll, you know? And yes, that's right. I got to use Apple Pay on my Apple Watch. Something that didn't work in the past. And this year, thankfully, it's so much easier going through these toll booths.